Good morning. I would like to start this video by saying that how you live your life is none of my business, and I will not be judgmental about the way other people live their life. It's simply, it doesn't affect me, and we're not neighbors. How you live your life is of no influence. It has no influence on me directly. Now, on the drawing, there's only one difference. And the drawing is called "The Disciple Outshines the Master." There's only one difference. In the AT drawing, the chessboard is black, entirely black, and in the LCF drawing, the chessboard is white, entirely white. Now, of course, a regular chessboard is black and white, which is the ultimate symbol of duality. It's two opponents fighting each other on the same battleground. The battleground being the chessboard, a representation of. Now, this could be, well, it's miniature war games, basically. It's a strategy game. And you can play the game badly and lose. Or you can play the game well and win. And sometimes you play the game well and still lose. That's just the nature of the game. In the background you see these two dogs under a window, under a crescent moon, that are fighting. And they're in black and white. This is on both the drawings. This is very reminiscent of the moon card in the tarot. Although they're not fighting in the tarot, but that's neither here nor there. There is a king and a peasant sitting at the chessboard, and they're playing. And either have as much chance as the other to win the game or to lose the game. In this game, this esoteric game of enlightenment, or let's just call it enlightenment. And what you understand under enlightenment, that is your business. Maybe I will maybe I will make another video one day about what I understand about under enlightenment. But they both have the same tools. They've been given the tools of the mind, of the soul, of creativity, of wittiness, of problem solving. Yes, they are both born very differently. One has been given a lot more opportunity to succeed at, to be successful at life. The king has money, power, influence, and the peasant has none of those. And still, both can play this game of life on their own terms. And both have equal chance at winning. Now, what is understood under winning is, are they happy? You can have all the money in the world and all the power and influence, and if you go home every night and cry yourself to sleep, is any of it really worth it? Or maybe you're very poor. Maybe you really cannot afford to buy that tasty piece of red meat every evening that the king is given freely, just because he is king, with your tax money. You can still be happy. You can reach a level of contentment that is happiness, because that is happiness. It's not a constant state of elevated emotion. No, it is tranquility and contentment. That is happiness. The constant elevation of emotion is just mania. Now, in this game of enlightenment, the chessboard of life, you can play it wrong. And playing it wrong means that you're a deeply unhappy person. You're miserable. And that is what you put out. If all that you ever put out in life is misery, you're a misery guts. You're complaining, you're moaning, you're whining, you're bitching. Well, you're going to be avoided on the long run. Because people hate to be around people that are like that. It's a downer. It adds nothing of value to somebody else's life. On the other hand, if you're maybe not the most chipper person in the world, but you're there when somebody needs you, or when somebody needs help. And I'm not necessarily talking about financial help, but just you are there to help out in small things. And you know when to say the right things to somebody who is hurting emotionally or psychologically. That is emotional intelligence. That is helpful to somebody. You have added value to that person's life. And this is a great feeling to have, by the way. If you really manage to help people just for the sake of helping them, not because you want to post about it on social media or because you want to have that boost of the feel-good hormone, endorphins, just because people are congratulating you. And this is going to come back in a later drawing, by the way. But yeah, that is it. And about the title of this drawing, the disciple outshines the master. The disciple has to outshine the master. Always. Because that means he has learned, truly learned. In that sense, he can become a teacher in his own time and teach that knowledge to the next generation. That's how we better ourselves. That's how we get better at things. Or life, even. We learn certain lessons during our life, and some of them are painful and very hard. And if we learn them well, we can maybe instill some wisdom on the next generation so they don't have to make those same mistakes. Otherwise, we're just hamsters on a treadmill, really, doing the same mistakes over and over again. Because we don't learn from the mistakes of the past. Is there anything more I could really say about this? Probably. But in the end, both the king and the peasant will be faced with the same existential questions. What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of my life? And if you come to the conclusion that there is no meaning to life, let alone your life, then you have played the game wrong. And I think that is a very good ending statement. Thank you for listening.